Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about the diversity of liberal arts inside JAMF. If you look at a software company that builds software for IT departments, there's a number of things that you'd expect to find inside our organization. We have computer science majors, we have information systems people that help us with the IT side. We're a worldwide company, so you'd expect to find some things like international business, business administration, accounting, all those functions that we need. And we have a sales and marketing team, so all these things that help us go out and meet people, have our ad campaigns, all that sort of stuff. So these are majors that you would really look at our organization and expect to see. Then we've got all kinds of ones that you wouldn't expect to see in a software company. I was a music major. My primary partner at JAMF was a geography major. Rachel, who's the director of our account management team, who actually runs almost half of our revenue inside JAMF, was also a geography major. Julia, who's my partner in Pablo Properties, for a long time was our events planner inside JAMF, did our first couple office build-outs inside JAMF, has now managed over $35 million worth of construction projects in Eau Claire as a biology major. Our very first employee that we had was an economics major. He graduated from UW Eau Claire in December. He turned down a job offer with a multinational bank. His parents weren't super happy about that. I actually got called out at his wedding by the priest because they were so mad about it. But so Nick came in and was kind of employee number one for us on January 1st of 2007. And has had a very successful career with us and now is actually managing our entire research organization. This one was my favorite story of all of these. When we first moved to Eau Claire and started building an office, we had this tiny little 2,000 square foot office in downtown Eau Claire. When we first moved in, there were four of us, so it was just it was a fishbowl. Like you'd look in the window and there were four of us sitting on one couch and that was the entire office. And people asked us, why are you putting an office in Eau Claire? You've already got all four people that you can find in Eau Claire. There's no one else that can help you. These are obviously people from outside of Eau Claire. And we said that's not true, but we didn't have any facts to back it up. And so about a year and a half into having an office in Eau Claire, we probably had about a little less than 10 people in Eau Claire, and Sam came to us. Sam runs our account management and support functions. At the time, his department was probably 2 or 3 people, and now it's probably a few hundred. He came to us with something that he called the Levy experiment. And Levy was one of our friends who was a sociology major. He had graduated a few years earlier. He was working as a bartender. And he was, not joking at all, the least technical person I've ever met in my life. Knew absolutely nothing. If you gave him an iPhone, his kid could have used it, but he couldn't have. So Sam had this theory that he could take Levy, who he knew was a hard worker, who was a really good human being, who had a great liberal arts education, and Sam said, I can actually make him so technical that he can support our customers. And that was his primary job when he came in, was to provide technical support to our customers. We scoffed a little bit at his plan and said, Sam, you're going to spend your only budget on someone who can't come in the door and help you right now? And he said, yeah, I am. So we backed him up on it. And he came in, and within 3 or 4 months was actually on the phone helping customers. The experiment worked so well that we've actually gone forward and hired tons and tons of people in Eau Claire and Minneapolis based on this. And if you look at what that actually gives you over the last 7 or 8 years, this is actually the breakdown of majors that you find inside JAMF software. I don't have all of them inside our organization, but there were 40 that I was able to identify over the last few weeks just inside our organization. If you look at some of these in here, I don't know why we would ever need an actuarial science major or a kinesiology. Actually, we could really use a kinesiology major, but horticulture science, all these things that you wouldn't expect to find in an organization like ours. But they're really impactful. This is part of our diversity. We have people with different educational backgrounds that come in and help us think differently, help us react to the world around us differently. One of JAMF's 2 core values is relentless self-improvement. The industry that we're in moves so fast, and we have to keep up with every single piece of that environment. If we don't, we get just slayed by our customers. So we have this organization of now 575 people that is very nimble, that shows up to work every day, ready and willing to learn new things. And if we didn't have that ability to learn and adapt, we would fail as an organization.